Frames and content blocks are the fundamental building elements of your email newsletter. Frames represent the structure of your campaign, while content blocks represent the content. In essence, a frame is a container for content blocks. As you can see, frames can have anywhere from 1 to 4 columns. To add a frame, simply click and drag the appropriate frame down the side of the template into your newsletter. As you move, a black bar will appear which represents the space between frames. So, if you were to drop the frame here, it would be placed between two first-level frames, which, in this case, are already in the email template. As you move in towards your newsletter, you may see the bar turn blue. This means you are nesting one frame inside of another, which allows you even more design options on your newsletter. Once you have the frame where you want it, simply release your mouse button, as we have done with this 2-column frame, and then you can begin dropping content blocks into the frames. You can continue to build out your newsletter in this fashion until it's complete. But please remember that you can only build 2 levels of frames. Once you've added a frame, you can further customize it by hovering over the frame with your mouse. A set of light gray icons will then appear on the right side. By clicking on the settings icon, you can add a background color, add an image, including if it should be repeated and where it should be placed, opt for rounded corners, add and customize a border, including its color, thickness, and style, add inner spacing or outer spacing, adjust vertical alignment, or indicate if that particular frame should be hidden when the newsletter is being viewed on a mobile device. So far, all of our frames are first-level frames, so now let's add a second-level frame, also called a nested frame, into the 2-column frame we added before. Remember, in order to nest a frame, you must make sure that the line is blue before releasing your mouse. In order to access the settings for the nested frame, you'll need to hover inside the main content area for that frame. You will then see the dark gray settings icons appear on the top. As a quick note, when your frame is activated, which is indicated by the green line surrounding it, you can easily resize columns by clicking and dragging the dotted line that separates the columns. Now let's move on to content blocks. Blocks represent different kinds of content within your email campaign template. There are several different types of blocks that you can enter, including title, text, image, social media share links, social profile links, button, horizontal divider, video, RSS, and dynamic content. To add a block, simply click and drag it to the desired frame. If no blocks currently exist in that frame, then you'll see a green highlight to indicate that you can drop your new block there. If a block already exists, you can add an additional one either before or after it. This will be indicated by a blue line. Please note that once blocks are in place, you can easily move them around from frame to frame, as well as replace or add content blocks. Once a block has been added, you can now edit the content of the block by clicking the edit icon. Each block has different editing preferences according to the type of content block it represents. You can also make a variety of different modifications to the block itself using the settings option. This includes adding a background color, adding an image and then customizing that image, rounding the corners, adding and customizing borders, and adding inner or outer padding. For example, let's reduce the inner padding. When you work with images, you can also add and customize an image border, add alternative text, indicate a width for the image, align the image, and enter a URL that will be navigated to if someone clicks on the image. That completes this video on frames and content blocks. Thanks for watching.